This is Jonathan Metcalf, owner of Aston Martin, Washington, D.C. We're here today at the Washington Auto Show, first night of displaying the brand new 2014 Aston Martin Vanquish, which is the top of the line Aston Martin, brand new model that came out, was introduced last summer. And this is a replacement for the Aston Martin DBS. It's a V12, over 560 horsepower, 100% carbon fiber body, built on an aluminum frame with carbon fiber tub and so forth. As you can see, it's got the dynamic design of the Aston Martin carried forward from the DBS, which it replaces. It's a true GT sports car, meant for typical buyer is male or female. Not unusual to have them as a CEO or sports person. Obviously, these automobiles are not inexpensive, so there's only about, I would estimate, 100 of these cars that will be imported in the United States in 2013. They're hard to get. They're only built to order, and right now we've got a waiting list of approximately 4 to 5 months for these vehicles. Under the hood, you'll find a 6-liter V12, as I said earlier, with about 560 horsepower. These cars are extremely high torque, high performance, hand-built engines in Cologne. Cars are hand-built in Gaydon, UK, about an hour outside of London. A beautiful factory. Aston Martin was owned by Ford until 2007. Ford provided, over the course of their ownership, some beautiful facilities and carried on production there. As you can see from the interior of these vehicles, they're all beautifully handmade. These seats alone can take up to 1 million stitches. It takes hours and hours of hand labor to make just a seat alone. The controls are a new feature, a new technology that they've introduced with this model, which is a haptic feedback, which is very unique in the automobile world and allows you to change your dials and so forth without actually having to look at the dial. You get a feedback through the actual motion of the control. Steering wheel is borrowed from the top of the line 177 Aston Martin, which was a very, very, very limited production car, of which they only made 77 models. Beautiful, handmade, hand-stitched in a semi-oval stance here. As you can see, you're surrounded by top-of-the-line leather. There's over 7 hides used in the manufacture of the interior of these vehicles. One of the other models that we are featuring here at this show is the 4-door Rapide, a 4-door Aston Martin, the only model that is 4 doors. Typical of all Astons, just this month, January 2013, we celebrated the 100th anniversary, 100th birthday of Aston Martin. Aston Martin has started in 1913 and has existed to this day. It's been through numerous different iterations. It was started by 2 gentlemen, ultimately went into the hands of another gentleman in the 30s. Another gentleman by the name of David Brown took it through the 40s into the 50s and 60s. An American gentleman bought it in the 70s, and then Ford bought it in the 80s. Ford recently sold Aston Martin to a group of investors in 2007. For the auto show, we're located on the ground floor in the luxury auto section. But if you are not attending the auto show, our dealership, Aston Martin, Washington, D.C., is located on Route 7 in Tyson's Corner. We're open 6 days a week, and we welcome you to come out and see these beautiful vehicles.